Hi everyone, we are the core team here at Consolidate and welcome to the introduction webinar. We are recording this separate from the live webinar that we hosted this morning. We had some really fantastic engagement throughout the live webinar and also some really interesting conversations and questions that came out. So what we're trying to do with the recording today is incorporate the questions within the presentation just so that you've got the answers that we spoke about this morning. I'm joined here with my colleagues Amy and Nikita. We're going to be hosting today. And what we'll cover is giving you meet the team. So you'll meet the core team, which is us three, and we'll also just speak about the co-leads of the Consolidate project. We're going to be doing a brief overview of what is PPIE, patient and public involvement and engagement. We're going to go over what Consolidate is, the Consolidate aims as well. We had some really good conversation about what is technology. So we're also going to be adding in what our attendees spoke about this morning so that you've got an idea of that. And most importantly, which is the whole reason for this webinar, is for ways for you to get involved in the project. And we did have time for questions this morning, but we're going to incorporate those questions within the actual body of the webinar going forward. So we just wanted to start by just introducing the co-leads of the project. So Consolidate is a 3-year research network who is co-hosted by Age Scotland, Heriot Watt University and the University of Strathclyde. So from Age Scotland's co-lead is our Head of Dementia, Anna Clements. Heriot Watt University's co-lead is Professor Alan Gow, and the University of Strathclyde's co-lead is Professor Mario Para Rodriguez. And going on to that, we're going to be introducing to our core team from Consolidate. So I'm going to pass on to my colleague, Nikita.
Hi everyone, my name is Nikita Daga. I'm the project manager or network manager for Consolidate. I am based at Heriot Watt University and I'll be looking at the project management side of the network for the next 3 years with the fabulous team that we are.
Thanks, Nikita. My name's Rachel McLaughlin. I'm from the Age Scotland side of things. I'm the Influencing and Engagement Officer, and I'll be working really closely with Nikita and Amy on the engagement side of things, especially making sure that people with lived experience of dementia and their unpaid carers their voices are at the forefront of the project. So if you're involved in engagement, it will be us three that you'll be probably looking at more often as well. And I'll pass on to my colleague Amy.
Hello, my name's Amy Conley and I'm the Patient and Public Engagement, no I'm not, I'm the Patient and Public Involvement and Engagement Specialist. It's quite a long title, but we go with PPIE. And I'm based at Heriot Watt University and I work 2 days on Consolidate and I'll be ensuring that the patient and public's voice is embedded throughout the project. And this is really to ensure that those who are impacted the most by the project are involved throughout and from the beginning alongside Rachel. I'm just going to go on a little bit about what PPIE is. You may or may have not heard of PPIE before, but this is extremely important within research as it makes the research more rich and valuable and ensures that we work alongside those who are impacted the most. So the definition is the active collaboration partnership between researchers and the members of the public, patients, carers, communities, alongside research team, which is us, and as part of research organisations. This is to really avoid sort of tokenistic activities and value the PPIE within our project, so that we have people that sit within our project. This is a definition from the Medical Research Council, and this is where people can refer to ensure that they follow best practice with PPIE and that they follow all the correct steps to ensure that it has the best outcomes. Thank you. And so what's the difference between involvement and engagement? So the National Institute for Health and Care Research define involvement as research carried out with PPIE rather than to, about, or for them. This is to avoid making any assumptions. You would hate to go down the path of assuming what people would want in a medical technology in relation to dementia, and to actually ask people and their carers what would best fit their life. An example of involvement, so it's active participation in shaping outcomes, would be sitting on advisory panels, helping design research studies, and co-producing health services. So co-production, co-design, and co-development is at the core of Consolidate, and engagement is primarily about communication and outreach, so public talks or events on research findings, social media campaigns on health issues, and science festivals and patient conferences. This is really to raise awareness of the project and to reach those who may not be aware of what the project is doing and they have a key interest, and also to reach communities that maybe wouldn't have access to this information. So this is a sort of overview of PPIE, but you'll definitely learn a lot more as we go on through the project. And yeah, I'll pop you back to Rachel.
Thanks, Amy. So going back to Consolidate. So what is Consolidate? So at the heart of the research network, Consolidate is basically co-designing technology solutions alongside people living with dementia and their unpaid carers to support their independence at home. So as much as we'll keep talking about Consolidate, because that's the name of the network, really the whole project is all about co-designing technology and technology to best fit you and your needs at home in order to live well. So there are 3 aims with the Consolidate project: technology to enhance or maintain independence, finding technology to support by providing a replacement for declining or lost skills, and technology to manage symptoms and prioritise safety. So there's lots of different ways in where technology may be able to support someone throughout their journey of dementia, or who are caring for somebody going through dementia as well. So this morning we opened up the floor and asked people, what is technology? And we had some fantastic responses coming through, and I just wanted to share some of these with you today. So we had technology as any device, for example, laptops or phones. Technology can be a positive experience, but it can also make people feel nervous, which I think is quite relatable for a lot of people. Technology can be electronically powered or battery powered, and I think that that's a good thing to note, where it's not all sort of fancy tech and robots and AI and needing internet connectivity. It could be things that are just battery operated. And we had a great conversation about how technology began as information technology and has now developed into more advanced artificial intelligence as well. And we also had a fantastic conversation about how technology actually shapes our relationship with the environment around us. That at the core is what technology is, and technology can shape how we interact with the world better. So we just want to thank the participants this morning who shared those views, because they really summarised a good way of describing what technology is. We have a couple examples of what technology can be. So there's a couple of things on the screen at the moment, such as TV remotes, can be your mobile phone for communication, could potentially be your hearing aid. So things that you need in order to manoeuvre around your environment, in order to heighten your senses and make sure you're supported in that way. It could potentially be a voice assistant using AI in a different way to empower your independence at home. But it could also be a bus pass or a travel card. So technology can mean different things to different people, and I think that for us, that's what we want you to remember if you're wanting to be involved in this project as well, is that technology can be anything that you need it to be, and that's where we're wanting to sort of dive right deep into. So The whole purpose of this webinar is actually to lay out the land on how you can get involved. It is a 3-year project. There's different ways to get involved throughout those 3 years. You could be involved throughout the entire 3-year period. You can be involved in different sections. So we're just going to split up the different ways that you can, and I'm going to hand over to Nikita to chat about our People's Voice.
Thank you. So as Amy and Rachel have defined what the project is, what our aims are, the first thing that we want to do is let you know that network starts with you. So the Consolidate project starts with you, and it is not with technology. And we want to co-design the technology that can help you. So the first thing we want to do is create People's Voice Committee. And what we plan to do with that is have a committee of group of people from the society that are interested, and in ratio of thirds. So that will be third staff, that's including us, third people living with dementia, and a third of unpaid carers. And with that, what we want to do with that committee is help us inform the decisions and be part of our strategic team, and let us design the project as you see fit for your needs and requirements. While you get involved with us, we are also going to give you 25 pounds per hour in line with the NIHR guidelines. And these can be informed in the form of payment or vouchers. And we are open to discussions to see what kind of payment and forms work for you. So what we want to know is, please do get involved, do sign up to People's Voice, be a part of the project in defining and designing the project with us, and help us make those decisions as we start this journey. So if you're interested, there'll be ways to get involved. There's Microsoft Form. Reach out to us directly, which we'll talk about later as well. But the first thing we want to do is form a People's Voice subcommittee to get on with it.
Amazing, Nikita. That's such a good introduction to what the People's Voice aims to do, and I think it leads on quite nicely to the sort of graphic that demonstrates the cycle of engagement for Consolidate. So we're at the stage where we're listening to everybody and anyone with lived expertise and within the community, and by having these conversations, it's really understanding what the challenges are. So that's the next stage, which would be setting the challenges. And challenges are defined by your needs and experiences. So through the workshops, through the national survey, through the activities that we'll be doing, we'll be able to define these challenges and then propose those solutions. So after we define the challenges, a call will go out to research partners based on the list of challenges, and they will have a project which will potentially align with those challenges, or they'll be able to adapt previous medical technology that can help this. Then going on to the next stage, which will be co-designing solutions. This is combining lived expertise and the research to design something that meets your needs. So this is where it really is the important part of the whole project, I would say, because it's hearing from those who will be impacted by, and also from those experiences that you have either in the past or in the present day, to help those challenges day to day. And the next stage will be the solutions. Solving problems through the use of new and adapted technology, and this is the key dream to get to this point and be for all parties to be satisfied. The sort of end goal is to have the team with PIE and research to be working coexisting together. Next one, please. So where we're at the moment, I'd kind of mentioned before, but the sort of engagement workshops and surveys. So the key thing will be engaging with the community to begin with. So this will be through in-person workshops, one-to-one engagement, and also online. So this gives people an opportunity, if they can't make an in-person workshop, to either join online or have an opportunity to have that one-on-one engagement. Second, we'll have our national survey, and this is also to reach those communities that maybe potentially don't have that access to information or opportunity to have their say. So this will be available to everybody who wants to be involved. Again, if you can't have the commitment to make a workshop or online, then you still are allowed to share those experiences to help us define those challenges. And the following topics we'll be covering will be, what do you think when you hear the word technology? What is your experience using technology? And what barriers there are for you to use technology? And the full aim is for us to break down those barriers and give you support to ensure that the technology can give you the best experience possible. So back to you, Rachel.
Thanks, Amy. So yeah, and I think then the next part for, especially the most important part, one of the most important parts for engagement would be then the co-design element to this. So once the challenges are then set from the listening phase, as Amy had mentioned, they then go out to the research partners, they propose solutions from that, but it doesn't stop there. Those solutions then get brought back to people with lived experience to then work together to solve that solution and to come up with that solution together. So that potentially could be brand new co-designed technology, but it also could be that it's adapting to the technology that you're already using. I think that what came through the webinar this morning is actually people are already using technology. They're already adapting technology to better suit them. And I think there's a lot of learning to that. And there's a lot of expertise. You're your expert in using the devices that you have and how it works for you. And I think that is definitely where co-design really comes. We need people within that co-design element of that. And then from those co-design workshops, we hopefully will have, like, as Amy said, the goal is to have some solutions within that where there's not going to be one shiny solution. It needs to be person-led within that, so there might be multiple different solutions within it. Yeah, I think that with the co-design element as well, we just want to highlight that it's about fun, it's about play, it's about working out what works for you and what will work and what won't work as well. So it's definitely going to be a really exciting part of the project to get involved in. So we had a wee chat this morning about ways to stay up to date, and we just wanted to highlight most of them with you today. So the most important one, if you are interested at any point in being involved in Consolidate, we have an online Microsoft form that we're encouraging everybody to sign up to. It doesn't matter if you are a person living with dementia, if you're an unpaid carer, if you're a community group, if you're an external organisation, if you are an allied health professional, it doesn't matter. If you're interested in Consolidate, we want to hear from you. So please fill out that form and get involved. We also will have regular updates on social media. We've highlighted a few on the slide. We have a space within the Age Scotland Dementia e-newsletter that goes out every couple of months. But we also have a specific Consolidate Network LinkedIn page that will be updated frequently throughout the time and the project as well. We do know, though, that not everybody is on LinkedIn or on social media. So what we are proposing that we do is every 3 months, we'll hold a very informal sort of drop-in session, an information session, with the first one, the date on the screen will be the Tuesday, the 21st of October at 11 o'clock. And that will be hosted on Zoom like our webinar was this morning. And we thought that this would be a good way for people if they want to make sure that they're keeping in touch with the network and they want the updates, or they potentially want to give feedback in an informal way. That's a way for the community to do so. So we really encourage you to just pop along. And for the first drop-in session, we will be right in the middle of the first engagement workshops at the listening phase of Consolidate. So we'll be able to give you a little bit of an update on how that is going, but also we wouldn't have been finished at that point. So there's plenty of space there to pop in and give your thoughts on that as well. And so what we'll do is we'll make sure that people have the link to the Microsoft form. They'll have the link to the LinkedIn page as well. And we'll make sure that people have a link to the Zoom for October, just so that you have all of that there. But really, from all of us at Consolidate, we're really excited. For us, all we want is for people who are interested to be involved, that they have a space to be involved. So we really can't encourage you enough. Please sign up. There'll be something there for you if that is the thing that you want to get involved in. And we look forward to meeting you in the future. Thanks, everyone.
See you later.